this video, we will be installing Nyxglo lights onto our rims. One day before you are ready to install, we recommend washing your rims and allowing it to fully dry. We do not recommend cleaning and lubing your chain before installation. You could do so at least 2 days after installation. When you do clean and lube your chain, be sure to cover your rear wheel from overspray and wipe the excess lube from the links with a rag. Excess lube can fling contaminants directly onto the rims and affect adhesion. Do not clean and lube your chain on the same day as installation. A clean surface is the most important step of this install. Before installing, fully charge the Nyxglo lights using the included power banks or USB wall adapters. A steady red light means there is a good connection and charging is happening. A steady green light means charging is complete. Every time the unit is turned on or off, the battery level will show for 10 seconds. Once fully charged, use the black on-off remote to test the lights before installing. There are 2 modes, battery saver mode and responsive mode. By default, the lights are in battery saver mode. When using the on-off remote, press and hold the on button for at least 2 seconds. This delay is intentional. It helps prolong battery life while the unit is off. The off button will always immediately respond. To switch to responsive mode, press and hold the on button for at least 3 seconds. Release when the multifunction indicator flashes green. Ensure that all units are flashing green to avoid some units in different modes. In responsive mode, battery life is shorter, lasting about 1 to 2 weeks when the lights are not in use. To switch back to battery saver mode, press and hold the off button for at least 3 seconds. Release when the multifunction indicator flashes red. Alternatively, pressing the reset/off button on the actual light ring itself will reset the unit back to battery saver mode. The RGB remote or Lotus Lantern app can also turn the RGB lights off. However, this will leave the RGB controller running, which reduces battery life. It is recommended to use the on-off remote or onboard buttons to power the lights off when not in use. Alright, now we're going to prep our rim for installation. Ensure the installation surface area is free of any deformities. Remove any glue, dirt, grease, or wheel weights from the rims. You can move the wheel weights to the inner rim, but do so at your own risk. A rebalance may be needed. Clean the installation area using the provided isopropyl alcohol wipes. There are 5 wipes provided for each unit. By the end of the 5th wipe, the cloth should come back clean. If it doesn't and contamination remains after using the provided wipes, use a 91% or higher isopropyl alcohol solution and microfiber cloths for further cleaning. Again, a clean surface is the most important step for proper adhesive bonding, so don't stop until your wipe comes back clean. Allow the alcohol to fully dry and avoid touching the clean surface with bare hands. Next, we are going to test fit the Nyxglo lights to ensure each ring matches the rim size and won't interfere with brakes or other hardware. Without peeling off the orange backing, dry fit the ring onto the rim. The color tabs or arrows on the end of the ring should face out. In other words, the tab or arrow should face away from the bike and toward you. The light ring should fit snugly onto the rims without any gaps. If there are any slight gaps, perhaps near the edge, just make sure that you can push down on it to mold to the rim. To check if the ring is oriented the right way, check if the buttons are located on the outside edge of the rim. If the light ring does not fit the rim during the dry fit, do not proceed with installation and contact us for support. Okay, finally, we are ready to install. Be careful to avoid twisting or sharply bending the light ring during installation. We recommend using the tire valve as a guiding point. This allows you to easily spot where your charger is located. Begin by removing the orange protective film on the end caps. These are the small sections at the ends. You should remove the orange backing on both of the end caps at this point. Next, begin peeling the orange film from one edge of the unit, working in small sections. Position the adhesive onto the rim, pressing it firmly into place, then slowly peel away the protective film. As you press the light ring firmly along the wheel, ensure the light ring is installed flush with the rim surface and that the adhesive does not extend beyond the outer edge of the rim. Make sure the adhesive is applied evenly without gaps, and work in small sections to avoid ripping the orange backing. If the protective film tears, use tweezers to resume peeling from the tear point. Please note, the adhesive is designed for single-use application. Removal and reapplication are not recommended after installation. Press along the entire length of the light ring to ensure proper adhesion. Allow at least 20 minutes for the adhesive to bond before writing. Finally, grab a cable tie and locate the mechanical fastener holes at each end of the light ring. Thread it through each hole and link the ends of the cable tie. Tighten the cable tie to remove slack, but to not bend or deform the ends of the light ring by over-tightening. If you do accidentally over-tighten it, cut the cable tie and try again. Trim the excess cable tie length using side cutters or another cutting tool. Always check for adhesion issues before every ride. If the adhesive fails, remove the light ring. During your test ride, check for any vibrations or imbalance. Tire rebalancing may be needed. That's it! Enjoy being the coolest biker with your new Nyxglo lights.